Well, hey, good afternoon, FHS, checking in on our weekly update with how things are going during the summer of 2020. We're still working hard at developing our reentry plan. We have expected vote to occur this upcoming Tuesday by our Franklin School Committee to kind of give us further guidance as to what our return to school will feel like. And that will be helpful for our administrative team to kind of be able to focus in on what those next few weeks have in store. In the meantime, I appreciate folks checking in. I know there's quite a few questions that have been submitted. I'm going to try to get to a handful of those and also address our highlight of the week. So let's take a look at some of our questions. First one comes regarding whether or not teachers will have the option to teach in school as a way to take advantage of the technology that we have here, and also maybe make ourselves a little bit more available to the students if and when they're able to come back. And the answer to that question is that's what we hope we're able to do, is to allow for our teachers to work here from the building. We realize there's a lot of variables that go into that in terms of people's health and ability to get here in terms of daycare and other such things. And so we're kind of working out those logistics. But I mean, our big want is to be able to move to a place where students can come into the building, and we're going to be doing that, stepping it out slowly but thoughtfully. And so, yeah, we understand the vibrance and the synergy that exists when folks are in their workplace. I mean, it's one of the reasons I come here to the building, is because I gain a connection to the work that's going to be going in to the school year while I'm here. And I think sometimes there's a level of productivity that is helpful as well. But again, we're balancing a lot of things. The answer to the question is we are going to try to make available to as many people as possible the opportunity to come in and do their work here, with the want eventually to be able to welcome more and more students as the time goes on. So great question. And yeah, again, this is all just getting closer to what we desperately want, which is our now more traditional return to school. Let's see, another question that came in is in terms of clubs, sports, and the music program. What is it that we have in mind to bring those forward? And again, we're kind of waiting for guidance from the state when it comes to a lot of those things. We know how important they are to the experience of a school, and what I think is going to end up happening is as we gain an understanding of what we can do, we're going to do that. And if it's not quite ready yet, if we're not in a phase where we can have a particular activity, event, team, whatever occur, then we're going to have to hold off. And I can assure you that from the MIAA through the Franklin Central Administration to the Franklin High School Administration, there's nothing more than we want than to get back to some of the activities we know you love. And we're going to be finding different creative ways to make that happen, whether it be using tents or changing up a routine. Maybe if there was an activity that usually occurred in the spring, but we were able to bring it back to the fall in a safe manner, we'd be up for that type of flexibility. While I'm at it, I'm appreciative of all the views and the feedback around these videos. If you have ideas to share with me around what can we do that you think makes sense, or do you feel is safe, or you've heard what's out there. I know collectively we're all going to be in a much better place than if the ideas are only coming out of these offices. And so I welcome you to share on the comments below. Again, comments, questions, concerns. If you have an idea of a way to connect our students, I'm more than happy to take those under consideration. I think that would be great for us. So thanks for the question. Like I said, we're desperate to bring these things forward, and we'll continue to find different ways. Let's get back to the questions here. So this one's regarding high school experience and the ninth graders. And I know that a letter I think went out yesterday kind of outlining how that has been postponed. And from the standpoint of the high school experience running it, it's been canceled. We are, as a high school administration, preparing an orientation for our eighth graders to understand more about Franklin High School, to get to that place of becoming a Panther. And we have a number of different ideas. Again, we're kind of waiting on what the schedule is going to be like. Part of the reason we weren't able to run high school experience the way in which we wanted was we didn't really have all that much information to share. We didn't feel like it made a lot of sense to bring people in and talk with them about what the school year is going to be like, when in fact we didn't know exactly what it was going to be like. And so, and part of that was that piece there. Now, after we get some decisions made, we'll be in a much different place in regards to what it is we could share. We'll be able to share schedules. We'll be able to share the kind of path that you'll be taking in terms of your freshman year. And we are understanding that bringing so many kids in from so many different buildings, it's critical that we have that experience. We are going to be putting something together. We're brainstorming right now, and as soon as we have it kind of nailed down, we'll be sharing that out. So although it might not be something that you were anticipating, and we apologize for the late communication, but again, this flexibility that we've been experiencing over the last few months is something we're going to have to continue to get used to as we gain more information about what it is that's happening around us and how can we do these things safely and soundly. So for those 8th graders that are anxious and for their parents, we hear you, and I promise we're going to put something together that's special and also helps this transition be as smooth as possible. And finally, in terms of our highlight of the week, I want to give a shout out to our friends at ESY, in particular, Megan and Aiden and Lizzie and AJ and Ryan. I got to spend a few moments with them earlier in the week and again today, kind of answering some of the questions. We had some fun opinion statements we were making, and it was just great to see young people in the building, learning, growing, sharing ideas. And again, for those that are wondering, when are we going to get back? We are back, and we're going to continue to get back slow and thoughtful and in a manner that makes sense. And so there's a couple pictures of the class today, and it was great to see their smiles and share in the excitement of learning. And so I hope that brings you to a happy place and a place where you can enjoy the rest of your weekend. I want to say thank you. Keep the comments coming. I'll try to answer a few more over the course of the next few video updates. And go Franklin!